Hello and welcome to Hexed and Countered on the Legend Sport channel. I'm Joe. Today we're going to be looking at The Last 100 Yards, Volume 2, Airborne Over Europe, and specifically we're going to go through the procedure for doing an airborne landing. So without further ado, let's get started. Airborne landings consist of several stages. First, the plan. You need to organize your landing by assigning the units to sticks, which are simply groups of forces landing together. Second, you'll place your sticks on the map in the hex that they'll be targeting for landing, also known as an LZ. You'll also place your assembly markers, which is where your platoons will assemble after the landing, because they will get scattered during the landing process. The assembly points must be between 5 and 10 hexes from one of the mission objectives, and they cannot be within 3 hexes of each other. Next, you roll for each unit in your stick to determine the scatter of the landing. First, you look at the map on which you're landing. In the corner is a scatter diagram showing a 6-sided hex with each side having a number. You roll a d6 to determine the direction of the landing based on the LZ. A second d6 is rolled to determine how far from the LZ the landing occurs. Once your dispersal is completed, you will then roll a d10 for each unit and account for the terrain in which they landed. In an open or orchard hex, infantry and platoon leaders will disrupt if the roll is greater than their cohesion and also suffer a casualty if the roll is a 10. When a unit lands in a forest, tree-lined or sunken road, marsh, buildings, or off the map, non-vehicular units automatically disrupt and suffer a casualty. If the landing is off the board, they are placed in the last full hex on that board edge and disrupted. All vehicles and mortars are destroyed if landing in this terrain. If a non-vehicular unit lands in an enemy-occupied hex, you place an assault marker corresponding to the nationality of the enemy unit in the hex. Note, this means the assaulting unit is the enemy unit, not the landing unit, which is put in the role of the defender. Vehicles and mortars landing on an enemy-occupied hex are destroyed. Once all landings have been completed, the landing units are all marked as maneuvered, and the landing player calls for reaction. One final note, any casualties suffered while landing do not count towards the casualty limit. That is, they do not move the casualty marker, but they can be recovered via random event medic result. Destroyed mortars are removed from play unless they are a mortar platoon, which is reduced to a mortar section for play purposes. In the next turn, the landing player must assemble their forces before advancing on mission objectives. This is accomplished by moving the units into or adjacent to their assembly hex. There are some exceptions to this, however, and these exceptions are detailed in the rules. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. My name is Joe. This has been Hexed and Countered on Legend Sport channel. Until next time, please share, like, and subscribe, and enjoy your gaming. Take care.